I'm just gonna be honest. This is a vent video. I've had a lot in my mind the past few days, weeks, year really, and I've high-key been in the worst mental state possible because of it. So instead of letting myself just sit in silence, I'm just gonna yap over some gameplay footage or something. Let me just...
In this scene, the main character says, "That ass better not crack under pressure."
There we go.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Have you ever thought about how some words are used in the same situation but with different context to mean different things? Like, if you talk to someone into going to a location they didn't want to go to before, for a reason that you are disclosing to yourself only and not letting them know, depending on why, you'd use different words. Like, yo, I just convinced Jen to go to the movies with us. Sounds a hell of a lot better than, nice, I just manipulated Jen into going to the movies with us. I'm not saying this because I think we should start seeing these words as the same thing. I do think they're separate. I just think it's funny how language has always understood context, but not very many people do, despite using language for thousands of years. We don't have to get into it this video, of course, because I don't want to be that kind of channel, but there are many different kinds of people in society right now who just shift their words around to mean the same thing, but no one's really smart enough, at least in their circle, to know what they're actually saying, framing their manipulation into simple convincing and conversation. Two other words I think people really don't think enough about are the differences between isolation and alienation. When someone is isolated, maybe they don't have very many friends, maybe they don't get out much, maybe they're kept away from people, or people avoid them. But when you feel alienated, you can have lots of friends, social interaction, praise, admiration, and you still won't quite feel complete. This goes beyond career or romance. Difference is great, but when everyone around you is so different that you can't form a deep connection off like hobbies, interests, lifestyle, it just kind of feels empty. You kind of just feel worse than if you were isolated. I work a customer service job, which maybe isn't really helping the shit I'm going through. Because like one minute, I'm on Discord talking to some friends about, I don't know, gooning to SZA for 16 straight hours until my leg is numb and my sack is... The next minute, I'm at work talking about some, thank you for calling, my name is... I'm gonna help you. I'm just really getting tired of it, man. I'm getting tired of situations where I feel like I have to try. I have to try through interactions. I have to try through conversations. I have to try through communication. And it's just, I don't know. Maybe some of it is my depression, but to feel this way constantly, just this nagging feeling of I have to make an attempt on every single interaction or anything, ever, just feels empty, man. It's not enough to just have friends. You have to have situations or opportunities to self-actualize. Like being able to pick pieces of who you are forced to be in everyday interaction and putting that together into a Frankenstein of what you want to be. Back in the 1900s, Charles Horton Cooley made this concept called the looking glass elf. In the simplest way possible, it just was a theory that we cannot be the same kind of person in different contexts. Like, for example, you will not be the same person you are around your mother as you would be around your significant other or your regular friends. That's just not possible. Well, I imagine it is possible for some people, but I personally can't. Regardless, there are aspects of yourself that are enriched or brought to the forefront in different contexts within different people. This is the reason why if you were to put a human in the forest and have them be raised by animals in that forest for their entire lives, they wouldn't necessarily have a personality. They would just be of the animals there. You can only have a personality from bouncing that said personality off of others and seeing what you like in those interactions of yourself. This is the central piece of my discontent with most of my interactions lately. It's not the fact that I don't value the people I'm talking to, it's the fact that I don't value, appreciate, or enjoy the person I become when I speak to them. And it's not their responsibility to make me not feel this way. It's not their fault I feel this way. It's just, I feel emotionally unfulfilled. You sound like a distant wife. Right now, the main goal is to leave Montana, but to also go somewhere where, I don't know, I'll feel less like this every day. I can move to one of the 2 states my parents' families live in, either Ohio or Pennsylvania. Or I could take the super special secret option and move to a completely new state, starting my entire life over. And with the context of everything I just said, I don't really think I want to do that. So what am I doing right now? Just saving money and getting by each day one at a time. It's kinda all I can do. Either that or play a single player game of Russian roulette. Again, this is an event video and I don't really know how to end this whole thing, so let's cap this off by talking about some manga. Right now, I'm really enjoying Sakamoto Days, Dandadan, and Undead Luck. Sakamoto Days feels like the best parts of Gintama just mashed into a new universe, while Undead Luck feels like the best parts of Chainsaw Man under a different power system. Meanwhile, Dandadan has to be one of the most unique manga I've read in recent years. It is incredibly romantic, action-packed, and weird, without ever going too far. I know, yes, some people found the first episode to be a bit, I don't know, too far in some areas, and yeah, I can kind of see where you're coming from, but genuinely, give it another chance. The author of Dandadan has found an amazing way to make characters that express profound, unapologetic sincerity. Not to sound old or aged, but I have noticed that in recent times, it's really, I don't know, the cool thing to see him nonchalant and unbothered by everything. And while apathy does shield us from the worst parts of life, I do feel as though it is kind of killing our ability to enjoy or appreciate just being happy or loving something or someone. I don't know. It just feels like if you show an ounce of emotion more than fucking Shikamaru, you're emotionally unstable, you're overly dramatic, and it just... relax, man. But hey, that's all for this one. I will make another video soon about strictly just manga. Just wanted to get this off my chest. You guys have a good day, and be safe. Thanks.